Today, let's talk about intellectual property, IP. So you probably created something really, really awesome and you're building a business around that. Congratulations. I've done that 3 times, exited 3 times, failed a bunch as well. So you take some swings where you can. But today I want to talk about intellectual property and where are you storing that? Are you storing your intellectual property inside your actually operating company, or did you put the IP into a separate company? So here's some advantages and disadvantages and some questions you may want to ask your attorney and your legal advisor to help you structure your business the best way. So what are some advantages of putting intellectual property into a separate company? So again, you're going to be operating profit loss in one company. That's where you get your customers, and you're going to store your intellectual property in another LLC or incorporated or Inc. or whatever you want to do. And then you're going to license that intellectual property to the operating company. So what are the advantages of doing that? First, liability protection. If that operating company belly up, you've still got your IP secured in another entity, and you can license that to someone else. You can build another operating company around that. You could sell your IP instead of it getting taken down in the nasty old word of bankruptcy if your operating company goes down and your IP is stored inside there. Now, the next thing, there's some tax implications. I don't know crap about tax, but make sure you talk to your accountant about that because you're going to need a team of people to help you get this business launched and ready. Now, the other thing, and probably the funnest thing, is licensing flexibility. So you're able to put that IP into a separate entity, license it to different operating companies. You may have a government branch. You may have a commercial branch. You may have different commercial segments under different LLCs, different operating companies that are using that same IP. So you get a lot of flexibility around that. Now, when you go to exit your business, you can very easily roll it up. You could sell both entities as one. We did that in our very first business where we took our IP, rolled it into one, and boom, there you go. We've also had businesses that have failed and the IP was in a different entity. And so there's lots of different ways you can structure this. It gives you also, the final advantage is some operational focus. So if your IP is over here in company A and you're operating out of company B, you can really focus on the operations of that company separate from worrying about the IP. And so it just gives you a level of focus other than just worrying about 2 things in one. You can focus on that one thing, which is building your business. Now, here are some disadvantages. The cost and complexity. When we sold our first business, we had 7 entities under one holdco. And so we had to roll all of that up into one entity to sell, to exit. And that was a pain in the butt. That took us 9 months of due diligence, and it was just stupid hard. And we went through it. And we also weren't set up to exit from the beginning. Another video on that, but being ready to exit from day one is always a good thing. Whether you ever plan to exit or not, doesn't matter. Set it up. At least you're more organized. Anyway, there is some risk if you do this in transfer pricing. So you need to be structured in how you do your transfer pricing. Now, there's this whole thing, and lawyers can help you with this, but you've got to license your IP at a certain price point competitive to the market. And so they can help you with that. Just be aware to ask that question. The other disadvantage, tax. Tax could go for you or against you, depends on where you are. Just know to ask your advisors about that. Legal complexity, that's something we talked about just a minute ago, where you're going to have some different legal structures, different LLCs that can get a little bit costly. Just know you're going into it, but you're going into it protected and you're going into it with your eyes wide open. So congratulations, you've done the hard work. You've got the product market fit for your business. Now you're probably out trying to get some customers. You're trying to probably to grow a little bit of a business. Just remember, always focus on attracting your customer first, then nurturing, converting, that's getting the purchase order, delivering. If you can knock out those things in that order, attract, nurture, convert, deliver, you'll rock it, friends. Andy Smith is my name if we haven't met. Thanks for being here today. Built, exited lots of businesses all around the technical founder space, so people like you, and just love sharing the lessons of the journey and how rewarding this journey really is as we embark on changing lives through innovation and entrepreneurship. All right, friends, hit me up if I can help you. Appreciate you, and see you in the next video.